हाय गाइस, वेलकम टू AglaSem। आज हम अभी बात करेंगे WBJEE 2021 के बारे में एंड उसमें भी स्पेसिफिकली डोमिसाइल के बारे में हम अभी बात करेंगे। वाई डोमिसाइल? बिकॉज देखिए, WBJEE एक स्टेट लेवल एंट्रेंस एग्जाम है, स्टेट लेवल इंजीनियरिंग एंट्रेंस एग्जाम है। इसमें डोमिसाइल का एक बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले होता है। तो सबसे पहले तो मैं आप लोगों को ये बता दूं दैट व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ द डोमिसाइल इन वेस्ट बंगाल जॉइंट एंट्रेंस एग्जाम। So if you look at the brochure, then there is the section 3.4 where they have explained requirements in terms of residential domicile criteria. Now this is very important, especially if you are a student who is not a resident of West Bengal. Then let me tell you why having a domicile is important. So the board says that you need a domicile first if you need any seat, including the general category seats in a government aided engineering, technology or pharmacy college in West Bengal, you need to have a domicile. Secondly, if you need admission in any of the seats in Alia University, then also you need a domicile of West Bengal. Third thing is, if you want admission in any seat, including the general seats of BTech Dairy Technology in WB University of Animal and Fishery Sciences, then also you need a domicile. Other than that, all the reserved seats and 90% of the general category seats in Jadavpur University are for West Bengal domicile candidates only. Therefore, only 10% of the general category seats in Jadavpur University is for other state candidates. So if you are not from West Bengal, you have a very small, limited number of seats available for you. So the first thing you need to notice that you as a non-West Bengal student can also apply for WBJEE, but you will have very small number of seats available for you. But yes, you can definitely try your luck. And the last point is that for any reservation, that if you want to claim reservation for SC, ST, OBC A, OBC B, PWD or TFW in any of the colleges, you need to have a domicile of West Bengal. Now that we have established that a domicile is needed, so we now move on to understand, are you a domicile of West Bengal or not? Just speaking Bengali won't help. There are certain rules and regulations which have to be followed to explain or to prove that you are a West Bengal domicile. So I'll tell you exactly what they are. Now, if you go to this particular section, again 3.4.1, it lays down two very simple conditions. First of all, if you are residing in West Bengal continuously for the last 10 years as on 31 December 2020, which means for the last 10 years, that is since 2010, if you have been in West Bengal since 2010 to 31st December 2020, then you are a domicile of West Bengal. That is one of the options which proves that you are a West Bengal domicile. The second option is, if your parents are or is a permanent resident of West Bengal having a permanent address within the state of West Bengal. Even in that case, you will be treated as a West Bengal domicile. Right. Now, a lot of you will have different questions on the technicalities of the thing. So before we go into the technicalities, let me explain to you that to prove your domicile, what are the certificates or the documents you need. I think this next step is going to clarify all your doubts. So if you fall under this category, that you have been residing in West Bengal for the last 10 years. In this case, you have to fill either Proforma A1 or A2. Now I am giving you a link in the description below, which is for the WBJEE application form page on AglaSem, and on that page you will find the PDFs of all the Proformas, including the domicile certificate, right? Now what does Proforma A1 say? Proforma A1 says that, now this is a basically you will have to download this Proforma, print it, fill it and get it signed by the relevant authority. So in this proforma, it will say certified that so and so, which will be the name of the candidate. The next blank would be son, daughter of. In this blank, you'll have to fill the name of the parent. Is a resident or permanent resident of West Bengal at. In this place, you will have to fill up your address, right? Now, when you fill these things up and you paste the photograph, everything here, then you have to get it signed by the relevant authority. And who are those authorities? These are the authorities who can sign your Proforma A1. It can be your district magistrate, additional district magistrate, deputy collector, subdivisional officer, block development officer. It could be superintendent of police, additional superintendent of police, subdivisional police officer, deputy superintendent of police. It can also be commissioner, additional commissioner, joint commissioner, deputy commissioner, assistant commissioner of police commissionerate, or judicial magistrate of any rank or position in concerned district or metropolitan locality, or Honorable High Court at Kolkata, or Honorable Supreme Court of India can also sign it, or any corporation area commissioner, additional commissioner, joint commissioner, assistant commissioner can also sign it. Assistant secretary or above in the secretariat to the government of West Bengal can also sign it. Deputy director or above in directorate to the government of West Bengal or central government can also sign it. So after you fill up this form, you have to get it signed by these authorities. Now, if you want to see where are these officials available, you can Google, that where is your district magistrate available and all that. Maybe your parents already know about this, or you can ask around, but only these officials can sign your Proforma A1. Now, it is easier for you to get the Proforma A2. Proforma A2 says that certified that so and so, which is the name of the candidate, son, daughter of so and so, name of the parent, has passed 10+2 exam in the year this or will appear in 2021 from this institution. This Proforma A2 has to be signed by the head of your institution. So, if you are staying in West Bengal for the past 10 years, you must be also appearing from a school in the West Bengal, and you have to just go to the head of your school and tell your head that please sign this proforma for me, because I have to submit it for my West Bengal application, West Bengal JEE application form. So if you are a resident of West Bengal for the past 10 years, this is what you have to do to prove that you are a domicile. Now there is another thing which says that if your parents, if your parents have a particular domicile, then also you can appear as a West Bengal domicile candidate. In this case, you have to fill Proforma B. Proforma B is also in the brochure, and I am also giving it to you in the link. In this Proforma, it says certified that this. In the first blank will be the name of the parent who has the domicile. Father, mother of whoever is the name of the student is a permanent resident of West Bengal at so and so address. So basically here it will come what is the address of your parent who has that West Bengal domicile. And there in this proforma, the photograph of the student as well as the photograph of the parent who has the domicile has to be pasted, and there will be signatures, and also this has to be signed by the same authorities which have been mentioned here. The district magistrate and all of them, only these people can sign your Proforma B. So let me quickly clarify it to you again. Do you need domicile? Yes, you need domicile if you want to compete for the larger number of seats. For a very small number of seats, outside West Bengal or non-domiciled students can also apply. B, how can you prove that you are a West Bengal domicile? You need to have Proforma A1, A2 or B. A1 has to be signed by any of these officials. A2 can be signed by your head of the institution. Or the third way that you can prove that you are a domicile is if your parent has a domicile. And for any of these things, you should have your relevant documentation, because when you go to say any of these officials, the district magistrate or the superintendent of police, they will ask you, show me your Aadhaar card or show me your address proof, so that they can sign on it. Otherwise, they will also not sign on it. If you don't have any particular documentation that will show that yes, you are, a particular resident of that place, then nobody is going to sign your documents. So this is it. This is what says that, whether you are a domicile or not. I hope this clarifies your doubt on regarding being a domicile for West Bengal Joint Entrance Examination. If anything is unclear to you, please ask me in comments below. I'll be happy to answer. And I hope this is more than enough. You can also download the brochure and go through it yourself. Remember that the application form is releasing on 23rd Feb and you can apply online, and do make sure that you apply for it before the last date. Everything is available on AglaSem, and if you want me to make a video on anything else for WBJEE, please do let me know. Bye.